Hey everyone, it's us. It's Commodore Z coming in hot with some more tabletop RPGs. How's everyone doing today? Nerdwire is frowning for some reason.
I died.
He died. We're all dead, everybody. We are playing Wraith the Oblivion tonight. I have a lot to talk about, a lot to go with. So in the land of the dead, time frays like old cloth. Memories unravel, identities blur, and purpose slips through the fingers like ash. And yet 4 souls cling to the strands of who they were and what they might still be. John Purple, ever the showman haunted by lights that no longer shine. I have no idea why it says that, why I wrote that. Barrowman, dreamer of panels and pulp. The little comic shop was a sanctuary of stories, a fortress of fiction, but in the end, it wasn't the villains or the monsters that killed you. It was gravity, fire, and the weight of unsold boxes you couldn't bear to let go. You died clinging to your back issues, and now those pages turn in the underworld, ink bleeding into shadows. The Doctor, or is it Doctor? Jake and Evelyn Hyde Hall. One body, 2 minds, fractured by science, bound by secrets. Project Eidolon left scars on the skin of the world, but the real damage was left down behind your eyes. You chased the line between life and dead and stepped over. Now you're both prisoners of your own hypothesis. And Gaius, Centurion Soldier, Relic. Died on foreign sands beneath the foreign stars, your blood soaking the world and forgot your name. Yet here you stand, duty-bound and disciplined, and still searching for honor that was stripped away from you in death as it was in life. The night, the storm rises into tempest, a whisper, a scream, a vision in the corner of the eye. Something old and angry stirs in the dark. We have your fetters, your regrets, and the weight of the shadows at your back, but the underworld is vast and oblivion is patient. So tell me, Wraiths, how far will you go to hold on to who you are, but before the darkness teaches you what you've become? Who's ready for some Wraith tonight?
I'm very ready.
I think so.
I'm very ready to experience Wraith.
I am joined tonight by Team Wildwood, Nerdwire Plays, and Sakura. I'm going to give them each the floor to give you a little description of their characters, how they died, and who they are as streamers and players. And I'm not going to put Sakura on the spot. I'm going to start with Team Wildwood.
Yo.
What's up, Keywork Savior?
Hey, Keywork. Yo. So I am part of Team Wildwood, and the other part would be my wife, which is also playing this character as well. We were both doctors studying a bit on the afterlife and sort of the Shadowlands, but not knowing directly that that's a place and it has a name and all that. And in order to do that study, we went a bit deep in the research laboratory that we worked for, and we got ourselves sort of expelled from that. So we found that maybe we'll just get in a little deeper and decided to purchase a mansion that was supposedly haunted and started doing research in the basement of that. We were just doing a pretty standard day of experiments and whatnot, and kind of next thing we knew, we were dead. And we don't know if it had to do with the particular haunting of the building or if we made a mistake in some of our research. But we're dead now, and we're going to go ahead and give life number 2 a whirl here and see what we can do in Wraith, along with some of my friends.
Nerdwire Plays. Your turn, my buddy. Tell us a little about yourself, then about your character and how he died and all the fun stuff.
My name's Nerdwire Plays. I play a lot of games, mostly Nintendo and retro, although this last month I've been doing an event called Mario Mania where I play through the entirety of the Mario canon of video games to completion for charity for a organization called March of Dimes, raising money to make sure moms and babies get the best start to life that they possibly can. That being said, I am playing a character known as John Purple Barrowman. John Purple is what his friends would call him if he had any friends. He was a comic book shop owner who unfortunately failed at love and prosperity, lived at home with his mom, and ran a store much like his own personal collection, essentially, and just hoarding books and long boxes of comic books, piles of statues and comic book memorabilia. And never should have ever passed a fire inspection. The aisles were narrow. And one evening, while he was taking inventory, unfortunately, one of the gigantic stacks of books fell over on him, crushing him underneath the weight of the books, breaking his ribs, and puncturing his lung. He died suffocating, not from the fire that broke out within the building at the same time, because the piles of books knocked an outlet, or rather hit the light switch off the wall, and it caused a spark. He didn't die from the fire or the smoke inhalation. He died among the things that he idolized the most. That's who I'm playing. He's gonna be. I don't know if many people are gonna like him. I'm gonna be honest. I don't know if many people are gonna like him. So. Not a villain, just an annoying guy to be around.
That's a choice. Okay, that's a choice. All right, Sakura, tell us about yourself. Tell us about your character, and I'll give you some time to type it up.
I'm Saki, stream mostly retro PC. Some new, mix it up. I'm a very silly lizard. I will be playing Gaius. I'll let him do his intro.
All right.
I'm Gaius Valerius Aquilinus, centurion of the Republic of Rome. I died in the Second Punic War against Carthage in 201 BC, making me a very old soul, still a soldier, dedicated to protecting people.
Oh, I love it. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, for those of you who don't know, Wraith is a game set in the world of darkness. It is one of many games. It sits with Vampire the Masquerade, Werewolf the Apocalypse, Mage the Ascension, Changing the Dreaming, in the pantheon of games set in the world of darkness. It's wonderful. I love it. It's depressing. I hope everyone loves it. We're going to have a good game tonight.
It's wonderful. I love it. It's depressing.
But we're going to have a good game. I'm not going to jump right into things. First, I want to discuss a little bit, because we had a session 0. But one thing we didn't discuss is, does everybody know each other? Or are we coming together for the first time tonight? Some of you have been dead for a very long time. Some of you for a couple of decades. One of you very recently. Do you know each other? Or are we just coming together tonight for the first time? In Lake Blackwater, the necropolis of Lake Blackwater, our setting.
For those who have been around a while, likely have at least seen me.
I'm a newbie. So I would likely have just bumped into these people. Maybe heard tell of Gaius. You're muted, Wild.
I think we're like technically young in the grand scheme of things, but I believe we were.
When did you die?
Top tier in the 70s, so we have been dead here for 50 years. But as the Shadowlands go, I think that still makes us fresh.
I died within the past year.
But yeah,
so.
I think you're our only like new awakened.
You're the only unfun.
Yeah, the storyline sort of revolves around that as well, the opening.
All right, so beneath the veneer of the sleepy lakeside town lies a special twin. Crumbling reflections stitched together by memory, regret, and ruin. The necropolis of Lake Blackwater is a fractured echo of the Skinlands, where drowned buildings and half-submerged in the fog-choked shorelines of the Shadowlands, the spectral remains of old textile mills loom like ribcage over the water, still smoldering with a ghostly fire that never ends. The road twists and meander here where the tempest bleeds through, and the lost souls shuffle through the mist with hollow eyes, whispering names long forgotten. Despite its isolation, Lake Blackwater's necropolis is no quiet haunt. It's a place of watchful stillness, as its very air is holding its. Wraiths here walk lightly, for the hierarchy's presence is scattered, and order is tenuous at best. The smuggling tunnels beneath the Blackwater Grand Theater in the Shadowlands serve as a neutral ground for renegades, heretics, and the occasional pardoner trying to carve out hope in the land of despair. Tales speak of ancient gaunt citadel hidden deep beneath the lake, older than the town itself, where spectral currents surge and whispers of the labyrinth grow louder each year. The presence of oblivion is here is subtle but pervasive. a lingering pressure behind the eyes, a faint taste of iron in the air, as if something deep beneath the lake is dreaming of hunger. One of the things you've noticed by existing in the Lake Blackwater necropolis is that it is close to oblivion. Souls are lost all the time. The legions are not very... They don't seem very keen on transcendence here, or on the forging of souls to send back to Stygia. It's a depressing, oppressive place. And that's why everyone hears tales of Captain Nathaniel Graves and the ship the Black Veil. Tonight's game is going to start at a fog-laced dock at the edge of Lake Blackwater Necropoli. It'll become a stage for a ghostly passing of the torch, perhaps even a curse. The dread Captain Nathaniel Graves, a tortured soul tethered to the Shadowlands by his sins, has decided to end his existence, but not before bequeathing the Black Veil, his haunted ship, to a new soul foolish enough to take it. He stated as much. And the actual act of performing a destruction harrowing on yourself is a punishment, is a crime that's punishable by soul forging. So this is a secret meeting, and if you attend, which is the intention of the game tonight, that you attend to see Nathaniel Graves and may perhaps get his ship, you're there for a reason. We'll discuss those reasons momentarily in character. A spectral dock juts out into the Shadowlands, reflection of Lake Blackwater. The surrounding shore is littered with rusted mooring posts, broken lobster cages, and long-dead gulls, forever caught mid-screech. The shroud here is thin, so the cries of boats from the Skinlands sometimes echo faintly over the fog. Fog coils in unnatural spirals around the dock, glowing faintly blue from will-o-wisps drifting across the lake's surface. The water doesn't ripple, it pulls downwards, as if eager to drag things below. At the end of the dock rests the Black Veil, a black-hulled schooner with torn sails and lanterns that glow with green soul fire. Ethereal chains hold it moored, clinking even where there's no wind. Its figurehead is that of a weeping angel, missing. Who approaches first?
Who's all here?
Who's all here? Here.
I thought it was just John.
Well, it's not just John.
It's all of you.
It's all of you.
Okay, my bad.
No, I'm going to explain who's here. I just want to know when you guys want to arrive. Do you arrive early to the event, late to the event, or right on time?
Oh, John would be early.
John would be early?
We're just going to arrive on time.
All right, and how about the dutiful centurion who knows that this is illegal in Stygia?
Slightly early.
Slightly early. Fantastic. All right, so that means slightly early we'll get there before everyone else. So Gaius will arrive first. The first thing, Gaius, you will notice is a gaunt man in an old naval officer's coat, threadbare and moth-eaten. His pale skin is cracked like weathered wood, eyes like oil slicks, and a long beard knotted kelp flows down his chest. A relic flintlock dangles from his belt. This is the Horror, Nathaniel Graves' legendary artifact gun. Relic gun, I apologize. Is it relic or is it artifact, Team Wildwood, on your sheet?
Yeah, right. Yeah, artifact.
Artifact, you're right. Yeah,
it was created here.
Off to the side of the dock, off to the edge, just sort of dangling his feet over the edge, you see a man wearing a leather duster over a bare chest with tattoos of a ship manifest and ghostly charts across his skin. He's pale, his wet hair tied back, he wears a monocle with no glass in it. You also see a regal pale woman in tattered 19th century opera attire. Her eyes glow dim violet. Her voice carries a calm cadence of a lullaby, and you recognize her. You know her from around It's Maiden Rue. She's just a ghost. She's been around for a very long time. Not nearly as long as Gaius, of course. But she has been around for over 100 years. She has not moved on. She has not been soul forged. She has kept her nose clean. It is kind of odd to see her here right now. And then, of course, the local hierarch loyalist, the one who never gets into trouble, Greta Nails. Dressed like a dock worker from the 1920s, wearing high-waisted trousers, suspenders, and a rusted helmet. Her arms are wrapped in chains that twitch on their own. Gaius arrives earlier than the rest of those, so they filter in time as you arrive. But Nathaniel Graves was there from the beginning. He seems busy mooring the ship up to the dock as you arrive early. Okay. So who arrives next? That would be John Purple, who said he was arriving early as well.
Yep, I would arrive next. I would like to walk in with a little bit of swagger, just admiring all the surroundings, kind of taking a look at the ship. Really nice Doctor Who reference up at the front. I like the Weeping Angel. Kind of walk around, mull about. Don't know anybody. And I'm not really that much of a social butterfly. So I find a corner to go and lean up against.
Well, it's a dock, so there's nothing to lean up against.
I find a post to go and lean up against.
There you go.
And I lean up against the post. And I tilt my cap back, the one with the X-Men logo emblazoned upon it, and tilt my cap back, just to kind of take in the wonder of Stygia and the ship that is being docked at this very moment.
Lake Obulus, what Blackwater is called in the Shadowlands, is very calm this evening. But you can see wisps of the Tempest just off to the distance, off the lake. And the Tempest riles and whirls and frosts and gets ready and churns. But it's calm here. It's nice and calm here. Nathaniel steps forward. He looks at you. He nods his head to Rue. He walks over to Purple. He says, I don't recognize you.
I don't recognize you either.
Well, I'm Nathaniel Graves. He offers his hand.
I stick my hand out. It's a little flaccid of a hand. There's not a strong grip there, and the hands are a little moist. But I stick it in his hand, and I shake it.
Well, you're a ghost, so they're not really moist.
They're not moist. I imagine that they're moist because they were moist previously, and I still haven't gotten used to this body.
Fantastic.
I apologize.
No, you're fine. He shakes your hand. He goes, "What? Are you here to see the ship, or are you here to try to claim it?"
How much for the ship?
Ship's not for sale. It goes to whoever gets. I'm going to decide who gets it at the end of the night. Once I've done my deed, before I do my deed, I will name the new captain of this ship.
That sounds wonderful. I would absolutely be interested. Can you put my name down at the top of the list? And maybe like just keep me in mind. I don't really have a good way to get around here. I've been going on my feet mobiles. I don't know if you guys have looked at them.
I killed John Purple with my sword.
That didn't take long.
Rub my fingers through my goatee.
I love it, Sakura. All right, so roll your initiative. No, I'm just kidding. He's had a short afterlife.
Yep. Immediately turned into a coin.
Fantastic. Nathaniel Graves looks at you, kind of gives you a strange look. Well, there's no list. I'm just going to talk to everyone and we're going to decide. We're going to have it's not like I need anything where I'm going. I've had enough. My time is over. It's time for me to go to Oblivion. But before I go, I need to pass on my crew. I need to pass on my ship. I need to pass on my things. If you think you have... Excuse me?
You said crew?
My crew.
Are they like your friends?
My friends? He looks at you puzzled.
Understood.
Do you not have any friends? in tones.
I'm a little new here, so I haven't really met anybody yet. A lot of people are kind of avoiding me. I think they're put off by my manliness. And I gesture my hands down my body.
In the back of your mind, Nerdwire, you'll never have any friends. You're useless. Pointless. No reason to exist. You should give into the oblivion immediately. As his shadow begins gnawing at the back of your thoughts. You'll never be picked for this ship. It'll never happen to you. Check, check, check. Check, check, check.
I hear you now.
Welcome back.
Okay, we're back. We're back and we're running. I do not know what happened. I did not lose internet. Something just happened, and the whole internet just went weird. But I didn't lose it. Probably lost the audience though.
We're back.
All right,
You're 32 minutes. You're
you still
straight
got
at 90
'em.
seconds.
Oh, nice. Okay, fantastic.
You still got them. Can you turn your camera back on?
My camera is on.
For me, I can't.
Oh
look
yeah,
at you.
in Discord.
Oh, in Discord. Yes, yes, indeed.
Yeah, it's weird watching you talk and seeing your mouth delayed on the stream.
Mhm. I can't look at you.
I know, right? I can't look at you.
All right, there we
I
go.
mean, I do, but in Discord. Thank you.
I've got you pulled up.
Perfection.
So did I didn't. So I heard all the way up to I'll be nothing, and no one will ever like me, and you'll never have any friends. To kind of catch it up.
And
And then
then,
there was a long pause, and I didn't know what to do, so I just started role playing back. And you were
okay,
gone.
I didn't hear what you role played back. I thought it was a long pause. I thought you didn't. I didn't know you were going.
I said, I hear the thoughts in my head going off, and there's a little course of sadness that goes across John's face, and John does look at Nathaniel, and he says, I am a little bit lonely. I don't really have a whole lot of friends.
Daniel kind of looks you up and down. He kind of cringes a little bit with his mouth. Just, ooh, I'll keep that in mind. And he kind of wanders off and he moves toward Gaius. And he just sort of hits him with a Salve, Centurion.
Soft sailor, greetings.
Greetings indeed. What brings an esteemed member of the Grim Legion to my harrowing?
Just keeping order, making sure this doesn't turn into something even more, he smiles.
Daniel chuckles. I understand. He goes, well, I hope to provide the spectacle that everyone hopes to see. And if I can get out of here if I can end my existence before the Crimson Chain arrives, the better for everyone. At this time, the Doctor, Jake Hall approaches.
Ah, yes, this is certainly the place. My, What a relic ship this is. I've never seen such a thing. Might I inquire as to where this came from?
Graves turns and looks at you and goes, the provenance of my ship, you're one you're asking about. Would you believe that I found it myself?
I wouldn't believe it.
Well, you should. 200 years ago, I find myself adrift in the sea, awake for the first time, pulling my call off, drifting, until I drifted up, floated away as far as I could. Thought I was going to float to oblivion, did I? But no, I did not. I floated and was dragged up onto this ship by the good Captain Brave. And the good Captain Brave took me aboard his ship and made me part of his crew. And then when he was done, when he transcended, he passed the ship on to me. And now, I do not see transcendence. I don't believe it's real.
You do not believe it's real, huh?
I do not believe it's real.
I have my doubts as well.
So now I seek to end my existence. I fling my soul to oblivion willingly.
Why would you do such?
To end this torment.
The torment of the ship?
Torment of centuries. It started off as one great adventure. One long, great adventure that turned into sorrow, heartbreak, loss. Gets wistful. So much loss. So many memories just gone. Taken from me. He just stares out over Lake Oblos.
Is this being said within earshot of pretty much everybody?
Everyone can hear this.
Hear this?
Yes,
okay.
Everyone can hear this at the dock. Does anyone have anything they wish to say to him?
And I hear you're looking to move this ship. Looking to hand it off to a new crew? Surely there must be more to it than that.
You ever lose something so dear to you, you forgot who you were without it?
Yes, of course.
That ship, she was my salvation and my prison. And this is the only way I can be rid of it. It's brought me nothing but heartache, as I've said. Nothing but loss. They say the lake never gives up the dead, but me, I've had to give up everything. My name, my soul, but never her, not till tonight.
I see. It can be hard dealing with these things. It's become too much and you're handing it off. It's quite a vessel. I certainly have seen few like it.
John Purple have anything to say about this guy talking to Daniel Graves? Are you making any interest that you want the ship, Dr. Jake?
He just thinks just being handed a free ship because some guy's giving it away, there's certainly strings attached. So I'm trying to slowly but respectfully try to get maybe him to slip and mention that, oh yeah, that thing has like, a race are attracted to it, or specters are attracted to it, or something, Just want to see what's the rest of the info.
All right, give me a wits plus subterfuge check.
Right.
Your difficulty is going to be 7, and you need at least 3 successes.
Wits and subterfuge. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, that's not good.
What is it?
2.
2.
Only 2.
Indeed.
All right, so don't even make the roll. Don't even make the roll.
It's too late. They're already in the ether. They're coming your way.
You did get a 7. You did get 1 success, which is okay. I'm sorry. This is the new system. At the difficulty, you only need 1 success. You can tell he is holding something back. He's definitely holding something back. There's something he hasn't mentioned to you yet, at least.
I'm certainly interested in Do you mind if I walk around and look it over a bit?
Try not to
With
kick
that
too.
said,
Go ahead.
you hear this voice enters your head. Honestly, it seems like more work than it's worth. You don't want to do that. Why are you even here? This isn't going to get you any steps closer to your ultimate goal.
I'm just going to walk around a bit and look it over. I won't touch anything.
Your shadow begins to Nerdwire. Your shadow begins having a conversation with Team Wildwood Shadow because you could do that with whispers. He goes, "My idiot and your idiot together would make one giant idiot. Perhaps we should bring them together on this ship, and we can see what terrible things can happen to them."
Do I overhear this?
No, you do not.
I can't even hear this.
You can't even hear this.
Antlers up. I wanted to make sure. I was like, I can't even hear this. Oh my gosh.
We'll just say that a conversation's happening between your shadows about coordinating this. And
honestly, that sounds wonderful. Said as the Doctor's shadow. I would like to work together. Cause some pain.
Indeed. All right. So at this point, the captain's looking between you. What did you just asked him a question, Team Wildwood, before your shadow interrupted you? Could you repeat that question again?
If he could go in it, I think is what he asked.
Oh, you asked if you could go on the ship.
Correct.
He looks to you. He gives you a nod. Do not touch the wheel.
Can I go onto the ship too?
Absolutely. Do not touch the wheel.
The Doctor looks over to John. Hello. I see you are another potential candidate for the crew of this ship. It is good to meet you.
I would say that I'm definitely the most eligible candidate for this ship.
Ah, yes. At first glance, I would have to agree. You do seem ready and eager. The name's Jake. It is fine to meet you.
Name is John Purple Barrelman, but my friends call me John Purple.
It's good to meet you, John Purple. I noticed that insignia. Is that a newer take on the X-Men logo?
Oh,
I was a fan.
A fellow fan. Who's your favorite X-Man?
Oh, that is a troubling one to pick, but I've always loved the raw power and intelligence of Beast.
You do strike me as a Hank McCoy. Definitely a Hank McCoy.
I appreciate that much.
Why don't we take a step up on this ship, huh?
Indeed, you first.
I start to stroll up the whatever pathway they've done from the dock to the ship. And,
is it thick? Is it just some planks leading up, or is there some spectral related stuff? How does one enter our ship?
Do I float onto the ship?
No,
our ship.
You can. If you have Argos, you can fly into the ship, and it seems like a waste of pathos. When you can just take the gangway.
Yeah, that's what I was wondering. I didn't know what kind of footing we've got going on there. So, I step, and as I'm stepping, I kind of look back at the footwear that the Doctor's wearing, and I point out and I go, those aren't going to be very good boating shoes.
This is true. I was not expecting to need to bring boating shoes. I see you are more than prepared, though.
Absolutely. And as he looks down, I wiggle my toes a little bit in front of him. My toenails are a little more unkempt than they probably should be. That's how I died. Right? They don't grow here. But we go ahead and I kind of I have a look of pride and continue walking up. I'm wearing for the audience, I'm wearing I'm wearing Chacos, which are like a hiking sandal kind of shoe. But my jeans are a little more on the baggy sides, and they're kind of flared, so they cover up most of the feet. You just see my toes poking out from underneath the rim of the dark wash blue jean that is a little bit too stiff. These are like Walmart specials here. But I continue walking onto the boat, and we look around. Storyteller, can you give me some guidance on what I'm seeing when I step up onto the deck of the boat?
When you step onto the deck of the boat, it's a classic schooner with a cabin in the back. It's got the two sails. The sails are kind of ratty. They're not in the best shape. But what do you expect? It's a dead ship of the dead. It's very large. It's not a very large ship, but it's large enough for a crew of 5. And if you go downstairs, and in the front of it, the top of the deck is wide open. You have plenty of room to move around, plenty of room to maneuver. And you see the wheel sitting near the back of the schooner, made of dark staging steel. Wood wrapped in dark staging steel. It's inviting, terrifying at the exact same time.
Once I step up there, noticing everything, I just take a quick walk around the deck, kind of observing. Is there anyone else on the ship? I know he said he had a crew. Is there anyone else on the ship?
You don't see anyone on the ship except for Maiden Rue in her 19th century dress, who's followed up behind you, and the one known as Slick Jonah. He's a local who's kind of not infamous, but he's kind of known as a fast talker. Is there as well, kind of just looking around, sniffing around the wheel.
You said his name was Jonah?
Those
Slick
fools.
Jonah.
They are going to touch the wheel. Diadamnatus. Damn it.
I approach Slick Jonah. I'm assuming I'm hearing Gaius and his gigantic centurion self coming up that gangway with a little bit of heft and weight, right? Like I can hear this. Is Gaius is coming up there now, right? Is that what I heard? Saki.
Gaius follows. He is.
Okay. So I'm hearing it, and I'm walking over toward Jonah, Slick Jonah. As I'm walking over there, I turn back to kind of look at, to look back at Gaius. And that's where I'm headed. I'm headed to Slick Jonah.
All right, heading over to Slick Jonah.
Also, he's not really giant, though large for his day. He's 5 feet 8, built like a wall.
Oh, okay. Still thick, boy. Still thick.
All right, he sees you approaching. He's like, easy now, friend. That's a hell of a thing, but it doesn't mean you got to get in my face. How can I help you? Name's Slick Jonah. Emphasis on the slick.
Slick Jonah. It is nice to meet you. My name's John Purple. Stick my hand out to shake his hand. You looking to get on this ship too?
Ain't nobody got time to hold your hand. But he shakes it anyway. But I'm feeling generous. Get on this ship. I can do so much with this ship. You have no idea. This ship, I am gunning for this ship. I am gunning for it. But look, you give me the relic, and I'll grease the wheels. You stiff me, and I'll feed you the soul forges for a small fare. Understand me?
John Purple is kind of taken aback. He's this Slick Jonah is saying a whole lot of words real fast, and he's not sure if he's processing what he's putting down. And he goes, sure, yeah, no, maybe I don't really, and because he's not like really good at conversing about these things that he doesn't really know about, he tilts his head down and he starts to walk away from Slick Jonah because he's like taken aback by what he's saying.
He's falling behind and he goes, "Hey, you savvy? Where you going? I thought we were talking here."
I'm sorry, Jonah. I really don't follow. I'm sorry. I'm not good in these kinds of situations.
He looks at you, looks at the doctor. Are you talking, doctor?
Listen, Slick. There's no reason to talk so fast to anyone around here. We've all already died once.
Yes, you know what? We'll talk again, or not. Either way, we'll be a whisper in your ear, and I'll tell you what you don't want to hear. If I get this ship, trust me, we're going on some adventures.
Like all of us?
Maybe not all of us. Maybe not you.
Well, what that? Okay. He John breathes out a little sigh. It's the tiniest, most imperceptible sigh, but it is theirs. Okay. And he turns to Doc. He turns to oh my gosh, I've already forgotten your actual name.
Oh, Jake.
Jake. He turns to Jake. And he says, Did you follow a single word that guy just said to us?
Yes, of course, but it's just standard fast talk. You'll get used to it around these parts. Everyone thinks they have a bigger mouth the second time around.
Also, we've been told twice not to touch this wheel. Once by that guy. I don't know why that guy cares. It's not his ship. The guy down there, I understand.
I think he's looking to fast talk his way into anything he can get. However, as for the wheel, it's likely something that will bind us to said ship. That's some of the relics work that way.
Saying that, I notice Gaius is approaching pretty quickly, and I turn and I look at Gaius, but I am both impressed at Gaius's physique, because he looks like every superhero I've ever idolized, but also too scared to approach because this is like meeting a superhero I idolized. And so I just kind of...
what would happen?
Would Gaius know what would happen? Zed?
Gaius might, if Gaius would make a wits plus occult check, difficulty 8. So you're going to roll your wits plus your occult and roll 10-sided dice for each dot, and we'll see how many 8s come up.
It's going to take a bit to get used to this new system.
Yes, it will take a little bit. Which is why
so close.
We're going to have a practice session.
As Gaius is preparing to roll while he's still approaching, I tip my cap at Gaius and I say "Tips hat" out loud.
Okay. What was that again? Wits and occult.
What's in
what
occult?
do I roll?
So you're going to take your wits, the number of dots you have for wits, and the number of dots you have in occult. You're going to add them together, and you're going to roll that number of 10-sided dice.
Looks like she has no occult and 2 wits.
So roll 2 dice.
2 d10s.
No, as a matter of fact, you botch. So you believe that if you touch it, you will take possession of the ship, and it will be rightfully become yours. That is what you believe will happen if you touch the ship. That is taking ownership. Close enough to be right, but terribly enough to be wrong.
Why though?
I missed that. Say that again? Oh, you said righto. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. As Gaius is approaching, Maiden Rue also approaches. And she goes, I want the ship. Tempest is not just a storm. It's a graveyard of broken purposes. Every wraith lost in its winds had a path, a thread cut before its time, The black veil is more than wood and soul steel. It's a vessel of will. It remembers where it was going, even when its master forgot. Mr. Graves, she points to the captain, tried to bind her with fear, control her with pain, when she rubs her hand along the railing of the deck. But a ship like this doesn't need a leash. It needs a captain who listens to the wind beneath her screams. I don't want her for power. I want her for direction. There are places in the Shadowlands no ferryman dare go. Places where the truths are buried in salt and silence. Black Veil was made to find them. I was made to follow. He doesn't belong to Graves anymore. He doesn't belong to you, or you, or you, she points at Gaius. He belongs to the storm. I just want to help her sail it.
Well, hello, fair maiden. Are you suggesting that you want to wreck the ship in the storm out there?
I don't believe you were listening to me.
I may have misunderstood. I apologize.
I want to use the ship. I want to follow the ship. I want to take the ship. I want to find the things the pyramids cannot find.
I understand now. So you're looking for treasure.
There's always more to find.
She looks between John Purple, and she looks between the Doctor, she looks between Gaius, she looks between Graves, she looks between Slick Jonah. She goes, no, I'm not looking for treasure.
John, knowing he's clearly out of his element in this conversation, and totally off what he should be doing, he thinks to himself, I'm just here for whatever this life throws at me. I really haven't found a purpose yet. But everybody's talking about this ship like it's the craziest thing. I kind of would like to know what it does.
It sails the Tempest.
Slick Jonah
Something not many vessels do.
Slick Jonah puts his arms around your shoulders, one arm around your shoulders on Nerdwire, and he says, now hold up, sugar. And he whispers in, before anyone starts throwing accusations or anchor change, let me just say, I ain't trying to own the boat, all right? I just want to be one on the boat. I just want to be on the boat, okay? It's a big difference. See, a relic like the Black Veil, she ain't just driftwood and ghost spit. She's got teeth. She's got direction. Even when the rest of us are busy staring at our own doom like it's a lover's quarrel. Graves, that poor bastard, tried to sail like she was the same Skidlands yacht. Thought he could outrun his harrowing. Turns out the Veil don't pay tides. But me, I don't want to steer her. I just want to ride shotgun when she breaks open a new lane through the Tempest. Find treasure, trouble in places. The hierarchy don't even dare whisper about. She's the ticket out of stagnation, y'all. Baby, a fast-track ferry to the forbidden. A Slick Jonah? Well, I never like standing still. And he kind of shakes you with his arm as he's got it around your shoulder.
Domina me, my lady. I have no interest in this ship, nor traveling upon it.
Graves looks at Gaius and goes, I can only wonder what you're here for then. To witness my harrowing, to make sure it doesn't get any worse? He goes, but I have a test. I have a test. He pulls out a bottle from a relic bottle from his coat. It's small, but seems to be inlaid in gold. He pulls a stopper off it. And he goes, pour into this your greatest regret. Let others taste it. He hands it to John Purple. Tell us your greatest regret. Pour it into the bottle. And then pass it to the...
A contemplative look comes across John's face.
And you hear a voice in the back of your head. Oh, where to begin? What's your greatest regret? Ever getting it wet? Ever being with a woman? Being a failure? A loser? Comic book loser? Death by 1,000 paper cuts. Not even a glorious death. An inglorious life. Died a virgin. That's the end of the shadow.
Let's make it cool. I gotta drink this.
And as I'm hearing this, I'm just thinking these, and I look into Nathaniel's eyes. I dart my eyes back over to Slick Jonah, to Gaius, to Jake, and I'm embarrassed. I'm extremely embarrassed. I never met anybody. Never made any money. I never made any friends. I failed at my life. And with that, I start to and get ready to hock a loogie because I'm not sure how I'm supposed to pour this regret into here.
As you begin telling the story, your corpus, a bit of your corpus, pools at the top of your finger and drips into the bottle, as if a piece of you, like your memory. And you hear Jonah's has his arm still around your shoulder. He's like, "And he goes, you failed at life, brother. Doesn't mean you need to fail at death."
A big gulp of just like snotty saliva goes down because he doesn't know what to do with it now. And he goes, "Thank you, Jonah. You're my only friend here so far."
He's like, "Whoa, not so fast."
Another sigh, but I hand the bottle.
Jonah takes the bottle from you. He goes, "My biggest regret." He goes, "Well, I was trying to make a sale." Hold on, what's?
Hang on one moment. Jonah's got respiratory issues, guys. Let's wait.
No. Jonah takes the bottle. He goes, "My biggest regret is not making the biggest sale of my life. I blew it on account of all the cocaine I was doing. It was a bad night. It led to my death. It was mountains. You ever seen Scarface? It was mountains of cocaine everywhere. It was the 80s. It was the 80s. And I was just doing cocaine left and right. I gave up my family. I gave up everybody. And all for nothing. All for this. And now I'm here, on the run from the hierarchy, trying not to... Yeah, it's just too much cocaine." He says, "Stop it!" And he stops and he yells for no reason. Most people recognize this, and he's probably yelling at his shadow. And as he begins talking about his regret, the corpus coalesces in his finger and falls into the bottle. And he takes it and he tosses it to Jake, Dr. Jake.
Damn there, Slick. My biggest regret was hearing that. However,
I think you've got something bigger.
A pursuit of research that I never got a single answer on. I know.
It wasn't the research.
I know.
It was your fault.
I know. It was that experiment I set up.
It was your fault she's dead.
The research unanswered got my wife killed.
That's right.
Only more answers now. Surely, the biggest regret someone can have.
The only thing you loved more than your wife was your research. It's your fault.
Here you go, take this damn bottle.
Alright, as you fill the bottle, Maiden Rue takes it from you. She looks at you, she puts a hand on your shoulder, a calming hand, a nice presence. There's nothing odd about it. It's just a calming warmth. No warmth because she is dead. You just feel a calming presence as she puts her arm. She takes the bottle in her hand and she begins to speak. I was a gatekeeper once. Life, a mother. Reading of thresholds.
Some people call me a gatekeeper too, speaks up John Purple.
Looks at you. People came to me for wisdom, for direction, and I always pointed them toward the right path, even if it hurt them to walk it. But the day my daughter asked me if she should leave, I hesitated for a moment. I told her to stay. Died the next night, caught between soldiers and silence. She'd left when she asked, maybe she'd have lived. Maybe she would have become something bright. Now I stand at the threshold, docks, shorelines, storm walls. I listen harder, but I don't tell others which way to go. I walk to them. Even when I'm afraid, even when it leads deeper into the dark, I walk toward them. That is my greatest regret, losing my daughter because I gave her the wrong advice. She takes the bottle and she hands it to the centurion. And she looks at you. I don't know if you wish to participate because you don't want the boat. But tell us your greatest regret.
I will share.
Walk away.
It was the last day of the attack on Carthage. I saw an opening for a flanking maneuver with my centuria. However, I did not see another force behind the hill. As we flanked, we were encircled. The last day of a victorious war. And I led my men into decimation. All I had to do was follow orders and stay still. I fill the bottle.
Graves takes it. Smells it. Says, I know one of you lied. I can tell. I don't know who. But it doesn't matter. Smells it again. Ship has a soul. And this one still dreams. And he takes up the bottle and he upends it and he drinks all your regrets. And his face grunts. He grimaces. And he goes, that bittersweet taste of regret. And you see as he glows a little bit as he's filling with pathos from your passions and your regrets. Now, each of you, what would you do with the ship?
Find answers to questions. I still have so many. The ship, if it can sail that effortlessly, I can leave. I can leave this place with no answers for us, where my research can possibly continue. With this vessel, maybe I can resolve what I couldn't with my previous vessel.
Looks to Purple.
John thinks. John thinks for a moment. And he says, I would allow this ship to take me wherever the storm wanted me. Wherever the storm wanted me. I would take this ship to the farthest reaches. Find people like me.
People like you? Who are people like you? Lost souls with no friends? Grave says to you, not your shadow.
John kind of smirks just a little bit. He says, yeah. The unloved. The unwanted. Maybe I can help them make a home. Find a place where they belong.
Well,
Either way, if I got the ship, it would get me out of your hair and everyone else's around here.
Graves kind of sort of rolls his eyes just a little bit at the last part about you getting in everyone's hair. And he turns to Jonah, and before he can even ask him, "Why do I want the ship, baby?" That's like asking a starving man why he wants the last seat at a banquet. Look at her, all that haunted wood, soul steel ring, and a rudder that remembers places the living never dared to name. That ain't just a boat, that's a second chance. I spent my first life running rackets and burning bridges. My second, mostly hiding from folks I double-crossed the first. But the Black Veil, she don't care where you're born. She cares where you're going. She's movement, baby. She's freedom. This ain't no fetter, no passion I can stomach, no place that wants me. Give me a ship like that, one that can outpace Oblivion, dodge the Crimson Chain, and maybe, just maybe, get far enough away from the things I've done. And I'll show you a Jonah who finally sails towards something. Besides, someone's got to be the one who talks sense when everything else is screaming. Might as well be me.
Well then, what's this of the Crimson Chain?
Graves says, I didn't want to bring up the chain. Not just yet.
I'm sure not.
Chain has been hunting me for centuries. They've been hunting this ship. The hierarchy believes they should own this ship. He gives a glance at Gaius, almost a knowingly nervous glance at the member of the Legion, of the Grim Legion. But this is my ship, or at least it was.
I shrugged.
This will be another ship, and whoever ship this is will be on the run, the constant run. But while we're talking about going on the run, we're going to take our 10 minutes. All right, guys, thank you. We'll be right back in 10 minutes.
Perfect, let's do it.
That's what I was wondering.
All right, welcome back to Break, everyone. It's me, it's Commodore Z. Thank you for your patience. We need that 10 minutes of self-care so we can get up, stretch, drink, decompress a little bit. But we're about to get started, and as we get started, everyone really notices the doctor. Suddenly, the skin of the doctor's corpus ripples like a Max sweltering under unseen heat. His spine bends, not broken, but rearranged, vertebrae shifting with wet, deliberate clicks. Fingers elongate slightly, fingertips hardening into precise surgical points of trembling quill-like extensions. His face doesn't change all at once. Instead, one side warps into the features of a new person, while the other struggle to hold its shape. Lips twitching with different thoughts, eyes blinking out of rhythm, cheekbones fighting for symmetry. For a moment, it doesn't look like both personalities are trying to surface at once. Veins of plasma pulse visibly under the skin. For a heartbeat, the face smooths. Not healed, but rewritten as the other takes over. Posture resets. Tone shifts. The voice changes. And she speaks. The one who wasn't there a moment ago. Now describe yourself, the doctor.
Good evening, everyone. Suddenly, Jake Hall is replaced by Dr. Evelyn Hall. Hyde Hall, sorry. She is about 5'6". She is dressed in a very neat button-down shirt that's got kind of a funky 70s print on it. High-waisted pants and a lab coat. Her hair is very disheveled, and she's wearing glasses, and she's just standing there as if nothing has happened.
As she is
By
standing there as if nothing.
That's new.
As
By
she's standing.
Jupiter, that's new.
Yes. As she's standing there as if nothing has happened. I still new to this place. As a fresh dead. Freak out a little bit, and there is an actual scream that comes out from John, and he takes a couple steps back. What's wrong with you?
She gives him kind of a concerned look and adjusts her glasses for a moment. Yes, my husband and I share a peculiarity among this place. Our condition is one of a kind, as I have come to understand. At the time of our death, it seems our souls came together to inhabit one corpus.
Graves looks at you and says, I've seen a lot of things. But that's new. I've seen a lot of things. I've heard a lot of things, but never anything as crazy as this.
Indeed. We have not yet discovered what caused our condition.
John's still just dumbfounded. He's just standing there, mouth open.
Maiden Rue, oh, you poor things. This must be so terrible for you.
Husband and I have always made excellent colleagues. The condition is not ideal, but what part of death is?
So do you do you know where you're at right now? Like, do you know what's going on?
I believe we came to the docks to discuss the ship, the Black Veil. Yes?
You guys have like a mind link?
I am aware of most of his actions when I'm not busy tending to my own things.
That's so cool. That's so cool.
Indeed. Cool.
So the captain looks so... We have another set of questions because we have another person who's arrived. This is wonderful. He pulls out a little bag from his coat and he pulls out rusted chains. Little parts of rust. He hands each of you a rusted chain. He says, prove your will. Command it. The chains animate and wrap around your limbs, whispering doubts from the shadows.
Feeling a lot like a ghostwriter right now.
The chains wrap around you. Oh my god, sorry.
Do you think?
You'll have all noticed that I'm not vaping. And I'm still hacking and coughing tonight. It's ridiculous. Okay. He hands each participant a rusted chain that says, prove your will. The chains animate and wrap around the race limbs, whispering doubts from their shadows into their mind. I need you to figure out a way. Tell me a way that you're going to animate these chains. Well, thank you for the hydrate, Saki. The chains don't constrict you. They're just wrapping around you.
Around my arm?
Around your body.
Okay, these are long chains.
They're long
these
chains.
These aren't just a short length of chain.
They're not confining you. They're just wrapping around you.
John's kind of struggling with the concept of commanding this chain to unleash him. And he's looking around to see for an answer, but I'm assuming he's not really seeing anything just yet from anybody else. So what John does is hang on one second. This is what John does.
Yep, take your time.
What John does is he just starts spouting things from Harry Potter. And like, Accio, Expecto Patronum, Expelliarmus, Wingardium Leviosa, Lumus. And none of it's working.
You feel a vibration
You
underneath
speak the worst Latin I have ever heard.
You feel a vibration?
You feel a vibration under you as if you feel the ship mocking you. Always with the children's thing.
Leviosa.
Always bringing up the children's topics. Never an adult, are you, John? Always a child. Continually a child. Child's things kill. You lived by them, you died by them, and even in your death, now you bring them up.
My grip's tightening on the tip of the chain that I do have as I'm trying to pull it. And I say to it, think of children's things. Because through children's eyes, that's a better world. There can be heroes.
John,
I don't have to be the villain.
John, there are no heroes. There are no villains. There's just death and oblivion. All those things, none of those things matter. Nothing you ever did with your life matters. It all ends. All ends in the great maw of oblivion.
Can be a hero. I am a hero. He's choking up just a little bit as he's saying it.
He's saying this out like no one else hears his shadow. He's just sitting there going, I'm a hero. I'm a hero.
And I will be a hero.
Spend the willpower. Spend the willpower.
Okay.
And you animate the change yourself.
There we go. I've spent my willpower.
And you animate the chains.
And I animate the chains.
Yes, and they stop writhing around you, and they wrap around your arm. And the Graves looks at you and says, "Interesting." He hands the chains to the doctor, to Evelyn.
Same chains?
No, a different set of chains.
Okay, I didn't know.
And they begin wrapping themselves around you as well.
She is approaching this more with curiosity than anything.
Yes.
She would want to understand what is happening more than anything. What's causing these chains to behave this way?
Give me a wits plus occult roll.
I don't have a cult. I have a lot of academics and metaphysics.
I know. Occult would be really good here, though.
I don't have a cult. I've only got
wits?
2 in wits, so probably nothing there.
Difficulty 8. You're looking for 1. Difficulty 8.
Yeah.
Give it a shot. Whatever. The odds are against me, but I can try.
Can you
really
spend a
thinking
willpower to
about this.
re-roll if you need to?
Probably. I haven't spent any tonight.
Oh!
2 ones.
2 ones! Another botch. Okay, that's all we're getting all night is botches, everybody. Another botch.
It's appropriate.
You are fairly certain that these are chains of Ozymandias, and that if you want them to work, you're gonna have to recite the Shelby's Ozymandias poem.
Interesting. Okay.
Which you have enough academics to do, but I'd like to see you actually narrate part of the poem.
My name is Ozymandias, King of Kings. Look on my works, ye mighty, in despair. Nothing beside remains. Round the decay of that colossal wreck, boundless and bare, the lone and level sands stretch far away.
They continue wrapping around you, doing absolutely nothing. And I think now would be an appropriate time for the shadow to dress you down just a little bit. That eyebrow raise. I saw that.
You couldn't do any better than that. That was the best that you had. You know why you're here. It's your husband's fault.
She closes her eyes and she takes a really deep breath, even though she doesn't have to. And she starts to say again, louder and with a firmer voice, I met a traveler from an antique land who said, 2 vast and trunkless legs of stone stand in the desert.
You're gonna
Near them on the
desert.
sand, half sunk, a shattered visage lies,
You're shattered.
whose frown and wrinkled lip
Despair.
and sneer of cold command
Give up.
tell that its sculptor well those passions red.
You're not speaking it loud enough.
What thorns does your character have, Doctor? What thorns does she have, Nerdwire?
Bad luck, Shadow Call, and Dark Allies.
Okay. I think that would be a good time for bad luck. I'll have you make a little bit of bad luck. I'm going to have you make a Wits plus Academics roll.
Wits plus Academics. All right, I gotta get back to my DD dice. Hold on.
So let me get to bad luck. Before you roll that, I want to see how bad luck affects that. So
bad luck.
Yep.
For each Angst point, a shadow with bad luck spins. The Wraith's player is forced to reroll one die.
All right, and you have five. You have 5 angst. Yep. So roll your Wits plus Academics. With your bonus in Metaphysics, you get an extra roll.
Oh.
Difficulty
okay, let me next to that then.
So you got 3 successes so far. All right. So you have 4 successes. Now, what do you want to use the bad luck there, Shadow?
Absolutely.
How much?
You roll 5 of those, all 5.
Well, she only got 4 successes.
Oh, so it's not re-rolling all like she rolled a total of 7 die there?
Right, you only want her to re-roll the successes.
Okay, re-roll the successes. I understand
successes.
now.
Okay, so I have to re-roll 4.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, so that 1 subtracts from it, so you now have 1 success. You only needed 1 success, but you would have done a lot better had you gotten more. As you feel your luck falter, but you still managed to barely succeed. As the chains begin wrapping around your body, they stop and they move and they wrap around your arm. Does the Centurion take the chains?
No, he's going for the boat, nor does he need to prove himself.
Oh, excellent. Fantastic. With that, Nathaniel Graves looks at everyone
Not going for the boat.
Not going for the boat. That's right. All right. So Graves looks between everyone who took the chains. Slick Jonah takes the chains, and he manages to figure it out quick. As soon as he gets the chains, they wrap around his arms. Retta Nails, who's been pretty quiet, does something similar, and Maiden Rue is also very quick with the chains as well. With that, Graves says, well, I think I've made up my mind. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4 of you who want my boat. I need someone foolish. Someone who still thinks there's something worth saving out there. Maybe even worth dying for. He scans the gathered dead with heavy, hollow longing. I once thought I could outrun Oblivion. That I could lash myself to the mast and sail forever, but now I see Oblivion's already at the helm. And it wears my face. The Black Veil needs a new captain. One who will bleed memory into her sails, who will curse the winds and the poetry and howl at the storms. One of you may be worthy. Take the wheel, and you inherit everything. My enemies, my sins, my ghost of a love still chained to the brig, and if you're lucky, my map to a shore that never was. But beware, you don't care for promises. Neither do shadows. With that, Graves removes the artifact pistol from his coat, and he presses it against his temple. I sailed further than any dead man had a right to. I watched stars drown and tides speak in tongues and learned one simple truth. He pauses, smiles sadly. Some ships aren't meant to dock. He locks eyes with John Purple. Be better than I was, or worse, but louder. Good night, folks. Bang!
Wait, don't! I yell.
Yeah, you yell, wait, don't? Okay, well.
I yell it, but he does it anyway.
But he does it anyway.
Time.
As the spectral bullet rips through his head, a hole opens up beneath him and sucks his body down into a harrowing. The harrower drops to the ground. The hole closes suddenly, leaving only the pistol. What do you
Goodbye,
do?
Captain.
Mm-hmm.
Fascinating.
I make a dash
What are you
for
dashing
the
for?
wheel.
You're,
For the wheel.
you're dashing for the wheel? That's okay, so you're just going right for the wheel. All right,
Yep.
Slick Jonah's going for the wheel too, and he tries to tackle you. Anyone else making a dash for the wheel now that they've seen John just deciding for himself he's going for it?
No, I'll reach forward and pick up the pistol and examine it, though.
All right, you pick up the pistol, you examine the pistol. It is a flintlock pistol with the head of the where'd it go? Let me get the actual description out.
Pull the trigger on Jonah.
Pull the trigger on. Oh, why
Pull the trigger.
Why would the shadow say on Jonah? That's weird. What a weird thing for the shadow to say.
Oh, we're frozen again. I hope he's not down. Oh, I think he's down. He didn't say anything back.
We're still alive.
Am I down again? Hello?
Oh,
Yeah.
no, you're not.
No, I
down.
mean I can hear you and I can see you on Twitch moving, but I don't see
Yeah.
you on Discord
I
moving.
see you on Twitch, but not on Discord.
Not on
He didn't
Discord.
say anything immediately,
All
so
right.
I was like, oh no.
You don't think I'm frozen? Okay, fantastic. Not
You're
down.
not frozen on Twitch side.
Yeah, you're not.
on
Yeah,
this.
you're not frozen on Twitch for some reason, just in Discord.
Okay. All right. I'm just looking for a description, guys, to read to everybody.
You're
Yeah, no worries.
Just give me 1 second.
I want to dodge out of the way of him as he's trying to tackle me, just to prep you.
Okay, so that's what you're going to do?
Yeah, I'm gonna dodge. I have a specialty in dodging. I want to dodge.
Supposed to be one of the pinned messages. Nope. I'll find it later. I don't know where it went, but it went somewhere. All right, so I need you to roll your initiative, and before we and we're gonna enter combat here real quick as you're trying to. You initiated this. This is your fault.
Yeah.
All right, this is your fault. So, combat summary chart.
Shit.
All right, so first things first, we need to declare initiative. Roll initiative. All players and storytellers declare any character actions in reverse order. The character with the highest initiative rating performs their action first. Actions can be delayed to any time later in the initiative. Declare. Okay, so how do we do initiative? Where'd it go?
We just roll a d10.
I think we just roll a d10 and add your. At this stage, no, roll one die and add your initiative rating, your dex plus wits. The storyteller rolls a single die apparently for every storyteller character. There's only one storyteller character involved in this, and it is Slick Jonah. So you roll one die.
Okay, I got a 6 plus 8 is
I got a 5 plus 6, so I got an 11.
14.
So you go
I got
first.
14.
So you're attempting to dodge out of the way.
Yep.
All right, so he's going to make a dexterity plus brawl attack on you, and he's trying to grapple you. Well, he's actually he's going to if he's trying to knock you out of the way, you're trying to dodge.
Yeah, I'm trying to dodge, and as I'm jumping, I try to jump closer toward the helm of the ship. So I need to roll my athletics plus dexterity, correct?
Dexterity plus athletics. What is that?
I have 7 dots, and I have a specialty in dodging.
All right.
So 8 die.
8 die.
And then what's my target number here?
Your difficulty is 6. You're looking for whoever gets the most number of 6s.
I'm looking for 6s. Okay.
Yep.
6 or higher. 1, 2, 3. I got 3.
I got none.
2.
All right. So he dived. Does the 1 subtract those successes?
So I got 2 because I had a 1. So I got 2 and you got none.
Still doesn't matter. I got none. As he dives towards you, you manage to duck out of the way and you grab the wheel. As you grab the wheel, shackles attached to your wrist.
I feel like I just made a really bad decision, guys.
You are chained and shackled to the wheel of the ship now. Jonah's like, no! God damn it! No! And he's just yelling. Maiden Ruse just stops. And all of a sudden on the gangway you hear clank, 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 clank. As you see 10 armored people walking behind one tall robed figure walking down the pier. They're in their crimson Stygian steel armor, dragging heavy chains behind them.
Doesn't look good, gentlemen.
What are you
I'm waiting
doing?
for Gaius. I'm waiting for Gaius.
Oh, waiting for Gaius?
Is Gaius saying anything? Is Gaius going to say anything? If Gaius says nothing, I am ripping this wheel.
The
We're
boat is
pulling
still
out of
moored.
port.
The boat is still moored.
It's stillborn.
Moored.
Moored. I apologize. I didn't hear.
Stillborn.
I was like, what? So basically it is tied. It is tied to the pier, I'm assuming, right? Tied to the dock. And it obviously has the gangway on it.
In the name of the hierarchy, the dicta mortem, and the order of reclaimed assets, you are all in violation of ghostly law. The unregulated harrowing and witnessing of Nathaniel Graves' criminal act and the ship of Akvale, and all who stand upon its deck are forfeit. You have witnessed a criminal harrowing and are standing on stolen property. You are all to be sent to the forges.
Well, he kind of gave it to me, sir. He gave it to me. I didn't steal it.
What does it take for me to quickly unmoor this ship so that we can move?
Dexterity plus athletics to run up to the moor. There's multiple. There's 3 of them, and you have to untie them.
And I can't
All
leave.
right.
I'm assuming I can't leave.
Fuck this. I take my sword and cut the ropes.
I was like, I'm assuming I can't leave the wheel, and Gaius coming through. Thank you, guys.
All right, so Gaius cuts one of the ropes, and the doctor goes to the other one. Gaius, give me a dexterity plus melee check, difficulty 7.
Like, okay, this is just like, fuck this.
Shift to Krenos.
Yes, I shift to Krenos. I don't think John shifts to anything. I'm gonna be honest. John is scared
John only
out of
knows
his
how to
mind
shift the
now.
creeper.
Oh, that's so good.
And while we're waiting on Sakra's roll, I want you to make a dexterity plus athletics check as well. Difficulty 8 to untie it in time. So, Sakura, you got 2 successes. So you chop through the rope, the spectral rope that's mooring the ship. That's 1 down.
1, 2, 3, 2.
2.
2 successes.
So you run up to the other one and you begin untying that one, and you're doing it well. But while you're doing that, the third one remains untied. And the Greta, who's not on the ship, who was just down on the gangway, she didn't climb up on the ship and participate with everyone else, is slammed to the ground by the hierarchy thugs and wrapped in chains.
What is Slick Jonah doing?
Slick Jonah's kind of freaking out. She said, "Go ahead and try it, you bureaucratic bootlickers. You don't brand Nails. Nails brands you." A crimson chain wraith tackles her. Trask motions. Bind her for immediate soul forging. Her voice offends order. Does anyone try to intervene?
I'm chained to the wheel, right? I can't leave it.
You can't leave it.
No, I'm more concerned with getting the rest of us out of here. None of us want to go to the Soul Forges. We all know what that means. Maybe John doesn't, but we know what that means.
John's clueless. He just knows these guys seem threatening, and he didn't like what he just said.
Grab her.
Okay.
All right, so I want you to make a dexterity plus brawl to shove the enforcer off her. Difficulty 6. As Gaius runs down the gangway, diving into...
Ooh.
Oh,
Nice.
yeah. Yes, very, very good. Knocking the Crimson Chain Thug off of Greta Nails. As she gets up and she starts running onto the boat, still kind of chained. Gaius behind her. And you have
I was going to say, I'll get the other mooring while they're in the middle of that.
All right, one of the Crimson Chain steps forward and opens its cloak. It opens its armor up. And from when it opens its armor up, a deep fog begins pouring out of it, filling up the area of the dock with deep, thick fog, making movement speed being halved unless you navigate the mists. Inside the fog, there's a -2 dice to all Arcanoi. Nerdwire, I want you to make a perception plus alertness check. Difficulty 6 now that the moorings are on moored, to find the quickest path out of the bay.
It's taking a while to roll, but it's
Go,
rolling.
Purpleman. Get us out of here.
I had
Difficulty
one.
7.
Oh, difficulty 7?
Yep.
Did I get any bonuses from being captain of this ship?
Not yet.
Okay. Can I spend
Willpower.
something
Oh,
to...
Hold on. Need help getting out of here?
Can I spend a willpower?
You can spend a willpower to reroll one of those dice, yes.
I'm doing it. Just one.
Just one.
There we go.
You didn't want to take the shadow dice?
No, I'm afraid.
The fates were on your side.
All right, you yank the wheel to the right, and you pull out. I don't know this is starboard and what's it so called, so I'm just saying left and right. You yank the wheel to the right, and the boat begins to drift into the bay, into the lake, which is really just a bay of the sunless sea. As you start to leave, you see chains are flying from the arms of the Crimson Chains as they're trying to strike the boat. All right, so Soulforged relic cannons begin firing electrified net toward fleeing Wraiths, trying to stop you from leaving. So make a dexterity plus athletics check, Doctor, and a dexterity plus athletics check, Sakura.
Two, three, four.
Four
What was
success.
the target number?
Oh, I'm sorry. Difficulty is
Latin
6.
Swearing.
Difficult-
Not repeating. What plus athletics?
Dexterity.
Dexterity plus athletics. I apologize. Difficulty 6. No, you dodge as a chain and net come flying right directly at you. You guys have very good dice pools for this. That's a great number of successes. That was fantastic.
That is awesome.
As you also dodge around a chain and a chain net that flies towards you, Sakura, and you bat it away with your gladius, your sword. You knock it out of the way. It doesn't get wrapped up around it. You sling it off, and they land in the water. And during all this, as chaos breaks loose, Slick Joe's like, well, I don't feel like being an Iron Lawn ornament, so I'll see you in the storm, sweethearts. And he runs and he jumps off into off the boat directly into the Tempest.
That's a choice.
That's a choice.
Peculiar.
All right, now the boat is moving. The boat is moving. You're in charge of the boat now. Nerdwire, as you're heading toward the Tempest. That's where you have to go. Are you going toward the Tempest? Give me a dexterity plus drive check.
And I have a specialty in boats.
Really?
1, 2, 3. Uh-huh.
Like you're prepared for this.
Listen, I always really wanted to have a boat as a kid, and I used to take out my little rowboat all the time.
Difficulty
What was
6.
my difficulty? I got 3 successes.
3 successes. All right, and you have a specialty, so re-roll that 10. See if it explodes into another 10. If it's another 10, you get... It didn't roll yet.
Okay, it finally came... Well, it's a 9.
It's another success. You got another success.
Nice.
All right, so that's a total of 4 successes. As you pull the boat toward the Tempest, you start making distance from and they can't follow you. You notice that they have now getting a little skiffs. And they're chasing you. But they're chasing you slowly. I'm not even going to roll for them because you've got so many successes. But you are heading toward the Tempest. You're heading toward the storm. Are you sure that's where you want to go?
Honestly, I don't think John's sure of anything, but it's the direction he's headed to try to make some distance between, to make sure that these pursuers, even though they are in slower boats, don't even try to continue following after. And John continues heading into that direction.
All right, you've escaped it. Oh, go ahead. Sorry.
Maybe asterisk casters CH.
Got him, bitches. As I'm steering into the storm, I turn back and I quote one of my many favorite movies, Samuel L. Jackson's best line: "Hold on to your butts."
All right, so as you enter the Tempest, it begins. The wind picks up, and it feels like glass against your skin. But there's a measure of protection from the boat, as if a bubble kind of appears around it as you enter the Tempest, holding back the worst of the storm. The bubble does not extend very far. It is right tight to the whole ship. And you can see the storm around you rages. It rages like never before. A never-born storm of just pure anger and memory and grief and rage piles around you.
Raiders.
Hello, Raiders. Welcome in. Thank you for stopping us. Sorry, I have alerts turned off during games, but thank you for coming in. As you guys are turning into the Tempest. Full force.
Welcome, Raiders.
Welcome, Raiders. I've already said it 3 times. You enter the Tempest. I got lost for a second because of the raid. I do apologize. You enter the Tempest, and the boat erects the bubble around it, protecting you. The skiffs turn away. They do not want to enter the Tempest, not in a byway. You don't want to enter the Tempest, not in a byway either, especially if you don't know how to use this boat properly. I need you to make another drive plus a drive with the dexterity plus drive. This time, difficulty 9.
Would Weather Eye provide me anything of any benefit if I tried to use that?
If you tried to use Weather Eye, I believe it would. Let me just double check Weather Eye. But I believe it does. Your Weather Eye. Wraith is constantly attuned to the Tempest's local fluctuations in addition to providing awareness of nearby events. So, you may make a Perception plus Argos roll, difficulty 6. The number of successes determines the clarity which the Wraith perceives the Tempest. So, which direction are you going, and where are you going?
I got two successes. No, wait, take away 1 because I got a 1.
So you got 1
success.
So normal for the mode of travel, walking, driving, but you can do it without incident.
Okay.
You find a byway path through the Tempest without incident. You go no further, no faster than normal, but the boat creaks through safely, finding a nice, calm area through the storm to travel through. You're not adrift. Not yet. As you enter the Tempest, though, the tenor of the ship changes, and the shackles release themselves. You are now
I'm raising my arms in victory. And I feel the chains are rattling, but they slowly disintegrate off of my arms, and I'm like, whoa. And I kind of pull away from the mast there.
Oh, you mean the wheel?
Yeah, the wheel.
Okay. So you notice this. You notice he's no longer strapped to the wheel. I mean, shackled to the wheel. Maiden Rue is and Greta. They're getting their wits about them. They look almost seasick. If a wraith could look seasick. Think you succeeded? You did something well? No, this is just one more step closer. One more step closer to failure.
I'm a hero. I'm a hero. And I'm screaming that, and again, no one else can hear me who I'm yelling that back to. But
every time you say hero, you hear repeatedly in staccato, 0. 0. 0.
I don't need you.
We'll make a candy bar. Make it black and white. Call it 0.
I don't need you.
I take note of the struggle that he's having very loudly. And I kind of approach him with a bit of curiosity. You seem to struggle with your shadow quite a bit.
You have one of these things talking in your head all the time, too?
Everyone does. It's the reason we're here.
I thought I was here to just make up for what I did in my previous life.
Mm.
That was like some kind of purgatory.
Your shadow is almost a manifestation of your regrets.
Oh.
Sorry, go ahead, Saki.
We all have one, boy.
He kind of takes that in, and he's just kind of listening, and I'm like, well, what do you guys do about this? This sucks.
My husband and I were able to work with shadows somewhat.
It's your husband's fault.
Alleviate their effects.
Is it working now? John notices her kind of clear her throat. And then he intones the same thing. He goes, hoping that his shadow will go away.
The deck creaks with tortured memory. Sails hang despite no wind. The wheel was warm to the touch, but no one steers it now. As you've let your hands off it. The hold is layered with locked compartments, echoing whispers, and the sealed iron door etched with Graves' name leads downstairs. The sky. Well, the sky is not the sky. Tempest surrounds the ship on all sides, swirling like a hurricane of ink and screaming faces.
So the name that's etched on the door is the previous captain's? It doesn't change?
It hasn't changed. It still says Nathaniel Graves. It's a plaque. It looks like it's been placed there.
Okay. I was wondering if it was like magical of any kind. It just looks like a physical plaque on this.
Yep.
Okay.
As a matter of fact, it's made of Stygian steel. Soul force material. As if you touch it, it moans slightly.
Like a Gubmo?
Nope.
I want to approach the door.
All right, you approach the door.
And I pull it open. Or do I push it open?
You push it open.
Okay. I'm going to put my hand on it and I push it open.
All right,
what do I observe?
It leads to stairs that lead down into the hold of the ship.
Is this like not his quarters or anything like that?
No, his quarters are downstairs.
Okay, so I want to go further downstairs into the hull of the ship.
All right, as you enter the hold of the ship, the hull, and into the hold where one would keep cargo if one kept cargo. You notice there is no cargo, but it is an empty space. At the end of this empty space, you do see another door that leads to a cabin.
This is an awfully spacious ship. Did anyone follow me, by the way, or am I just talking to myself?
I'll follow you down the stairs.
It's an awfully spacious ship for having nobody here and nothing to carry. Is there anything special about that door that leads to possibly a cabin? Does it have any kind of markings or denotations?
Actually, now that you approach it, do you try to open it? You don't notice anything. Well, actually, let's see if you do notice it. Give me a wits plus occult roll. Someone's got to have something on this.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. And what's the difficulty?
Difficulty's 9.
1, 2, 1.
What? Nope.
No.
Not
I
raised
raised
got a
that.
1. Okay, I only have 2 wits to roll, but it's worth a gamble. It's a matter of pure luck.
Hey!
You got a success.
You got it.
As you reach for the door, as you reach for the door, you can't open it. You realize you can't open it. But you, Doctor, as you reach for the door, you grab the door knob, you realize there's something special about the door. It's locked. It's some kind of metaphysical lock. It's holding something in.
Holding something in?
Holding something in.
I clearly don't know this yet. I haven't been told.
Yeah, as I put my hand on the handle, I instantly go, I don't know if we should open this. Something doesn't feel right here. Call it intuition. But
I don't like traveling with something that I don't know. Maybe being in here. But I mean, I'll take your advice. I'm definitely not that educated on all of this spirit stuff yet anyway.
Oh, just let it sail into the oblivion. See where it takes you. See what you become.
He does, again, trying to intone what the doctor did prior. Seems to be working for now, he says to himself, but loud enough for the doctor to hear.
she gives him a very quizzical look, like, what are you talking about?
Oh, nothing. You just are kind of. You did this, and I think it makes my spirit leave. I think makes my whatever the thing is that's in here that's making me feel sad about myself go away. I like that. You gave me good advice.
Well, whatever helps, I suppose. Yes,
Go
the
ahead.
door. Seems that perhaps it is keeping something inside. I'm not sure what is to be done about it, but we may need more of us here.
As you're discussing things down there, the ship suddenly jerks.
Is it a lurch forward, lurch back, to the left or right?
It's a lurch to the side.
Okay.
Those of you still on the on the deck, the big wave has just knocked the ship off course. There is no one at the helm, and the ship is being horribly knocked off course.
This is my fault. What happens to Gaius up there? The mouth moving is a little bit of
I
a bug
bellow.
with the program.
Purpleman, we need you to steer one.
I start to dash up the stairs, coming out from the hull of the ship. And as I get up there, I see the wave begin to crash against the hull of the ship, kind of cresting the side. Does any of the spirit water like get up on top, or is the bubble holding it back?
There is no such thing as spirit water.
I don't know what we're sailing on yet. I'm still trying to figure this out.
Memories. Sailing on memories.
Protoplasm.
All right, as you run back upstairs, you get the feeling that you're in a contest of dominance with this ship.
I look down at my feet and I yell directly at the ship, "I am a hero!" And I go to grab the wheel.
All right.
Try to pull it back on course.
I want you to make a charisma plus intimidation check. Difficulty 7.
Am I intimidating? No, but I'm inspiring. Would that give me my bonus for this? I'm inspiring.
No. You're trying to browbeat the ship into compliance.
What did I get? And it was difficulty what?
Difficulty 7.
I got 1.
All right, spend a willpower.
Okay.
All right, the ship responds. The sails catch an ethereal wind, and the tempest parts again as you find the byway, and you begin sailing again. And your weather.
Stay here.
You're going to stay there. Oh,
I think I'm going to stay here at this wheel. I don't know what I'm doing. And he's like stammering. John is stammering through his words while he is like holding on to this wheel, and he's kind of trying to apologize and also at the same time say he's in over his head and he's sorry to everyone he's dragged in on this. And he's like, I'm sorry. I am really over. I don't know.
Are we still here?
I'm still here. I just cut my words off.
Oh, you just cut your words off. Okay.
I'm stammering into infinity, and I didn't want to continue.
Focus.
Yes. John kind of stands up a little more confident with this imposing 5'8" hunk of meat from the Roman civilization telling him to focus, and he's like, "Oh, this is everything I've wanted to be." Gaius embodies. So he straightens up and he stiffens his back and he grips the wheel tighter.
The tempest stirs with unnatural awareness. As the black veil gains speed, shadowy shapes spiral around it. Spectral parasites, ghost birds, malformed specters, or even crimson chain phantoms drawn by obsession begin to swirl around the ship. Groups begin swarming and pounding against the bubble that's around the ship. Eventually, some begin to squeak through. As specters, malformed specters of malevolence, rock up onto the ship. What do you do? Where's Evelyn?
She was still below decks, kind of looking around at everything. But she's probably started to wander up onto the ship in time to see all of this.
Absolutely. That is fantastic. All right, so who's going to participate in the combat? There are 3 specters on the ship right now.
I've got to hold on to this wheel.
I draw my gladius.
Fantastic. Doctor?
I suppose I have the firearm.
You do have the firearm. Give me a wits plus occult roll. Let's see if you can figure out how to use this firearm in this case.
Oh, gosh.
Difficulty 6.
Nothing.
All right, so it's your relic, so you know that you have to spend the pathos to cause lethal damage to spend the pathos to shoot it at specters to cause lethal damage.
Yes.
All right, so Sakura and Nerdadar, I want you to make an initiative roll. So I want you to roll a dice, and I want you to add your wits plus athletics to it. I believe that's what it was. Let me double check that. I should have this memorized. I apologize, guys.
Don't worry, we're all learning it together.
We are all learning this together. Exactly. Yes, I was correct. It's your dexterity plus wits added to the result of one die roll. I'm going to roll for them. I'm going to roll 1 dice for them, and they have a 5 to add to this. All right, so my guys are going on a 7. Who's player 16? Sakura?
That is Saki.
All right, let me fix that.
So that's 11.
All right, so you're going on 11.
Oh, I'm sorry. What am I rolling?
You're rolling 1 d10, and then you're adding your wits plus dexterity to it.
3 plus 7, 10.
10. All right, so 11 goes first. So we declare reverse order. So you know, because the first person who goes first knows what everyone else is doing. So my specters are going last. So they are going to rush, and they are going to try to. One of them is going to try to tackle you, John Purple, off the wheel.
Oh no!
Another one is going to run toward Maiden Rue and try to knock her off the boat. And the third one is running toward Dr. Evelyn and is howling, and it looks like it's trying to rip her from limb as it's chasing her. All right, as it's running toward her. The doctor, what are you doing?
I'm still standing right with John.
Yes.
Okay. Well, I was not prepared for combat today, so let's see.
I'm white knuckling that wheel, by the way.
Right? No, I think knowing that it's going to cost me pathos to fire this pistol, I am going to holster the pistol in the band of my pants, and I am well versed in self-defense. So I will brawl this ghost, this specter.
All right, so you're going to holster the weapon. Are you going to wait for it to get to you, or are you going to walk toward it and hit it?
I am going to wait for it to get to me. I'm much more dexterous than I am strong, so I'm going to try and use its weight against itself. And when it tries to throw itself at me, I'm going to try and get out of the way very quickly and
all right,
kind of use its weight against it.
Make a dexterity plus brawl check. It's not trying to dodge you, so it's not getting a dodge check. So dexterity plus brawl.
Okay, what's my target?
Difficulty 6.
Can shadows be involved at this moment?
Yes, they can.
Could I do
4
a shadow
successes?
call?
A shadow call? Well, I've already done a shadow call. That's why they're here.
Oh, you did a shadow call?
I did a shadow call. That's why they're here.
For me?
Yes.
You have that? I didn't know what my thorn was.
No,
hold on.
you have dark allies.
Yeah.
These are your dark allies.
Oh.
All right, how many successes did you get? 1, 2, 3.
4 successes.
4 successes as you punch him in the face. Now you have to. Okay, so now we're in resolution. Damage types. In this stage, you determine your damage your character's attack inflicts. The storyteller describes what occurs this turn. Normally, additional success or trait roll mean that your character does something exceptional as well. In combat, each success in attack roll requires 1 additional die that you add automatically to your damage pool. This can be great cinematic indeed. All right, so you punched him. So I need you to roll your strength plus 1, and you automatically do 3 points of damage. So strength plus 1, difficulty 6. So you do 5 bashing damage to the specter. As you punch him, correct? Is that what you do?
Again, I'm not very strong, so I more see him when he's running at me, kind of using his momentum and weight against him to kind of bring him down on my knee, All
right, so you manage to windmill your arms and spin him, and you grab the back of his head, and you smash the spectral's head into your knee. doing damage to the corpus and shaking it and making it shaky for a few moments. Sakura, it's your turn. Well, Sakura should have gone first. That's my bad. Well, that's what you do. Now, Sakura, what do you do? I messed up the order. You shouldn't have rolled yet. My bad. Sakura, you get to go first. What is it that you do? Shut up.
All good. We've never done initiative in any of our other games.
This is a complex game, and we're all learning.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I have a 3-point artifact sword. I counterattack the one going for John.
All right. So give me your dexterity plus melee. Difficulty 6. Oh my goodness. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's an exceptional success. All of them. 7 of them. That's an exceptional success.
Straight successes.
As you just stab forward with the sword, piercing straight through the specter. I need you to roll your strength plus 4. Difficulty 6. So you only did 1 damage though, plus all the extra damage, 1 plus 6, so you did 7 damage, which is enough health to send this specter into a harrowing to destroy it, as you grab the specter by the back of its head and slam the gladius into its stomach. You rip it back out, pulling corpus with it as a hole opens up beneath it, and it says, "Ah yes, sweet abyss, I finally go to my just rewards." And it cackles all the way down, grasping and trying to grab Sakura as it goes in its last-ditch effort, but it's unable to. As this is happening, the other specter chases toward Evelyn.
Slap it.
Runs toward Evelyn, who manages to windmill her arms and grasp the back of his head and slams him into his knees. I should have soaked that, but you can't soak lethal damage, so it doesn't matter. So bam! And you did 5 damage, if I correctly. He does get an attempt to soak the damage with his stamina. So he's going to roll 3 dice. Each success gets rid of one of those damage points that he did. Come on, roll.
Yeah, it's being slow tonight.
It is being slow. It is being a little bit slow. No successes, so you managed to maintain your 5 damage. The other one jumps and tries to push Rue off the boat into the Tempest, into the heart of the Tempest.
Do we know Rue beyond her being there?
Not really. She was just kind of a stranger. Rue attempts to dodge, and she better because they got 2 successes to push her off. She attempts to dodge with her 4 dice.
Uh-oh. Is she hot?
She very much...
John might care.
She very much is, but she botched. So she falls off the ship, managing to hold on with one hand. And she's screaming for help. Help me! Help me! All right. Top of the round. The Spectres get to go first. The one that just got his head bashed in by Dr. Evelyn shakes it off and attempts to grab her by the arms, trying to grapple you so it can throw you off the ship. The one that's with Maiden Rue is trying to take her finger, cackling badly about Oblivion as it tries to rip her fingers off her hand to throw her into the abyss, into the Tempest. What do you do, Evelyn? What do you do?
Okay, well, if he's trying to grapple me, then I'm just trying to shake him off more than anything. Again, I'm not a heck of a fighter. But I'm gonna try and give him a good kick and get the hell out of there.
All right, Sakura, what do you do?
What happens if you fall in?
If you fall into the Tempest, bad stuff probably happens.
Bad.
You're probably gone.
You're probably gone. Unless you have Argos. Like, if you have Argos, you might be fine. You might be fine. But she doesn't seem to have Argos because she is crying out for help.
With Argos, could I save somebody? Like, go grab them?
I'm going to
And pull him
save
up?
Rue.
Sakura's going to go save Rue.
Okay.
All right, so you're going to go save Rue. How are you going to go save Rue?
I'll charge at the Spectre to shove it aside, then read down for her arm.
All right, give me a Dexterity plus Brawl check on the Spectre. Difficulty 6. All right. Oh, wow. You were just... Okay.
Whoa.
All right. So the Spectre is going to try... He cannot dodge you because he said he was going to attack Rue. So he just takes the shove. And let's see how he does. Let's see how much damage you do. Roll your strength
Doing
plus 1.
all the saving today.
Yes, you are. Strength plus 1. Roll your damage. Combat system is actually really easy now that I remember it. 3 successes plus your extra 5, so you did 4. So you push him out of the way. Let's see if he soaks that damage, but he's only got a soak roll of 4. Difficulty 6. He gets 2 successes, but they do not explode. Those are not exploding 10s.
Okay.
All right, so he would have taken 9 damage, but he only takes 7. 7 bashing. He's pushed to the side, and you reach down and you pull Rue back up onto the ship. All right, Barrowman, I need you to make a quick check for me. I need you to make a drive, dexterity plus drive, composure plus drive check. You don't have composure. Composure's not a skill anymore. Not in this game. Give
I was
me
looking for composure.
give me a dexterity plus drive. You have your Argos activated, so plus 1.
Okay. And then my specialty in boats is another +1?
Yes.
Okay. I got double 10s.
Double 10s. Well,
No 1s.
no
1,
ones.
2.
They're very good.
So
1,
I
2,
got
3, 4, 5 successes.
Yep.
All right, so you managed to keep you keep the boat very well on course. You're doing a very good job.
Whew.
You're staying to the byways. It's not getting too choppy. Okay.
+1 means an extra die.
Yes, +1 means an extra die. All right, so the Spectres. Since they are the last in the initiative order, they choose first. Well, they've both just been pushed away. They've both been knocked around. They're both getting very angry. So they're going to begin using their Arcanoi.
Ignore that.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're going to ignore that one. That one's gone. It didn't exist.
All right, they are both going to start using Stone Hand Punch.
Oh, no. That's actually really bad. That's a strong attack.
It is a very strong attack. All right, but they go... So one of them's going to use Stone Hand Punch on Evelyn, and the other one's going to use Stone Hand Punch on Gaius. All right, Evelyn, what are you going to do?
Dodge.
You're going to dodge. Sakura, what are you going to do?
Stone Hand Parry.
You're going to use Stone Hand Parry? All right. As the Wraith is about to be hit by a close combat attack, the player spends 1 pathos and rolls strength and plus outrage. Successes on this roll cancel successes on the attack. So let me make the 1 pathos to use Stone Hand Punch. The NPC spends 1 pathos, or angst in his case, because it is a specter, and makes a normal brawl attack. If it hits, you may spend 1 additional angst to add the Wraith's dot in outrage. Alright, so, and he's got 5 dots in outrage. No, I'm not going to give him 5. 4.
I didn't even know like that was a thing. The Stone Hand parry is so great. I was like, I didn't even know that was a power. I missed that one.
Oh, yeah, 4 successes. So roll your Stone Hand parry, so roll your strength plus outrage, spend your pathos, and each success cancels out 1 of the successes on this attack. You got 4 successes on the attack. These rolls have all been pretty hot tonight, except for the Wits plus Occult rolls.
I'm the only one with that.
Where's outrage?
Outrage is your... you have 2 in outrage. Because you have Stone Hand parry, but you don't have the level 3. Outrage is your Arcanoi.
That's how many dots you have in
how
the
many,
Arcanoi.
how many dots you have in the Arcanoi?
The Arcanoi family.
Yep. I can look. I should be looking this up. That's 2. Yep. So strength plus 2.
So, 7.
Yep. 7 dots. Difficulty 6.
Oh my god!
Oh my god! So you managed
Nice.
you managed to parry the entire attack. The Wraith may block thrown or okay. So the usually stone is reflexive. It doesn't cost an action. You may also attack if you want because it doesn't cost an action to do that.
Riposte.
You may Stone Hand
Yes,
punch
please.
if you. Yes. All right. Go for it. Make your attack roll. Dexterity plus melee.
Oh no, Saki's on fire tonight. We're just barely hanging on.
Hey, I'm steering. And you're out there crushing it too. Saki's killing it though.
Saki's killing it.
One, 2. Oh my god. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Another 6 successes with that Gladius.
Can we just use these die in werewolf, like these specific ones? We're doing so good with these.
Absolutely brutal as you swing at an epic backhand swing, slices into the specter, cutting deep into it.
This is what I'm made for.
Roll your damage. So your strength plus 3. And then roll, and then of course you're adding 5 to it, 5 more damage. So you're going to about send another one into a harrowing, unless it soaks it.
That's why Zeus made you.
Oh no! Not like that. Just strength plus 3, and then you automatically have 5 damage attached to it.
So it'd be 8.
So roll 8 dice.
Look at that crazy roll though. Just let her keep the best. Oh no!
All right. Well, that's still 7 damage, and it still has to soak. It's only got 4 soak. Okay, well, it only ends up taking 4 of that 7 damage, but as that backhand slice slashes into its head, pulling parts of its corpus, it laughs as you slice through it. It gives more, give me more. I want more. I'm taking you with me. All right, so what do you do? The other one is still standing there. It's no worse for the wear. You've only been doing bashing damage to it.
Yeah. I don't know. Can I try and swipe a leg underneath it, throw it off its feet?
You may.
Bovis circus. Bullshit.
All right. What do I need to roll for that?
Dexterity plus brawl. You're doing a special maneuver, I take it? So you're trying to knock it off its feet, so difficulty 8.
Ooh.
3.
Still got 3 successes. Nice. All right, let's see if he stands on his feet. Dexterity plus athletics.
They just flew in too, right?
Yep.
So that's the thing. Is like my brain has such a hard time with like, how do you fight a ghost?
But you are a ghost.
Ghost fighting ghosts.
I know, but how does a ghost fight another ghost?
All right, you sweep its leg out from underneath it, and the gravity of the underworld being the same gravity as the physical world, it falls and lands on its back, taking another bashing damage. Doesn't seem to be having any problems, but it uses its stone hand punch from the ground because it doesn't need to actually connect with you to hit you. So it just flings its arm upwards in your general direction, flinging its stone hand punch. If it gets 5 successes on damage, it's going to knock you off the boat.
Okay.
As he's punching up.
Well, guys, wish me luck. Otherwise, it's been fun.
It's been fun.
Someone's so smart. You're such an idiot. You should have used the gun. Says your shadow.
Gives up to 6. Oh, the suspense is killing me. 2 successes. No successes. No successes.
Let's go. Let's go.
All right, next turn.
Double botch.
Yep, take your time.
Next turn. The specter on its back, it will attempt to get back to its feet and charge you one more time. Dr. Evelyn, what are you doing?
Oh, sorry. So I don't know. I think my shadow got in my head just a little bit there. I take the pistol from the band of my pants and I fire down on it.
All right. You're gonna spend your pathos.
Yep.
Makes your dexterity plus firearms check.
Let's see. I don't know what my difficulty was, but
it's always 6.
okay.
Yeah, on that one.
4. No, 3.
3 successes. Let me see how we do the damage with the gun. One moment, please.
Yep.
Damage.
Oh, I could have rolled an extra dice too because I have a specialty in pistols.
Roll
Can I
it.
add that on?
Roll
And
it.
if it's a 1, we'll pretend you didn't.
Right?
Oh!
Hey!
All right, just 1. Where's the weapon? Wait, thrown weapons.
It's in lore and world building.
No, I was just looking for how. Okay, yep. Thank you. It's in lore and world building. So you have to roll 4 dice.
Dexterity plus firearms?
Nope, just 4 dice.
Wait. Oh, I just rolled 4 dice. Oh, I see. This is to determine the damage.
That's
Gotcha.
just a check. Yeah.
Sorry, this combat system's so different than
It is, yeah.
vampires.
Roll
It takes some
for- yeah.
getting
This
used to.
is a special thing that Zed created for this too, and that Wildwood and Zed and you created.
All right.
So
No, this is the normal. This is how you normally do all damage. You just had to get the damage calculator, the calculation on it.
Yeah.
All right,
the relic gun is.
Yep. So you do one. So you do 1 extra damage plus the extra bonuses you did. You get the 10 there. That's 1. Roll. I can't scroll up. 1, 2, 3. You got 4. 4. So, okay. So yes, that would be enough to transfer over as you point the rifle, the flintlock down. You pull the trigger. You spend the pathos, and a spectral round fires from the weapon, making a loud thunder crack, louder than a normal gunshot. As it strikes the wraith, it obliterates it, opening a hole underneath it as it shrinks. It whispers, "Yes, sweet release, sweet release," and then it's gone.
you need to roll 1d10, right?
What?
After firing it, every time the hero is fired,
Yep.
there's a 10%.
10% chance. Yep. Nope, you're fine.
Darn, your shadow was really hungry.
He was
He's looking for
hoping.
that
He
egg.
was hoping.
All right, Sakura, you have 1 left in front of you. What do you do?
feel bad playing this Shadow because I feel like I'm sabotaging my entire team by like sabotaging just the doctors.
Going to stab it in the head.
All right, give me your dexterity plus a brawl check.
Oh my god.
All right, so, and you have a specialist, so re-roll those 3 10s and see if they explode. All right.
One set did, didn't it? Is that how that works?
Yep, re-roll the 10 again. Keep rolling until it stops exploding. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 successes. Not bad. Not terrible. All right, as it's attempting to attack you, so you get to attack it first. It's not attempting to dodge. So just roll your damage. So your strength plus 3. So it's 8 dice. Three successes, well, minus 1, so 2 successes, plus the 3 you got for damage, which is enough to finally kill this Wraith, this Shadow, and send it into a harrowing as well. And yes, you are right. It should be 1 interjection roughly once per session, depending on variables.
Shut up.
It's okay. It's okay. I was a little loud with you too, but it makes up because we were missing a player. All right, so the harrowing, the final specter is sent into a harrowing and is destroyed. Madame Rue wraps her arms around Gaius, saying, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you," and then takes her arms off and moves away from the edge of the ship, more toward the middle of the deck, and sits down so she would not be thrown off the ship again. In the distance, Nerdwire, you see the light of a lighthouse beckoning you in your direction. And that's where we're going to call game. At the end of the combat.
That was cool.
All right, guys, I want to
Well done, Doctor. I nod at her in respect.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Sakura. I did not mean to cut your roleplay off like that. I apologize. Okay. So, what did the 3 of you think? Before I get into the what you like, didn't like, stuff like that, I just want to know what you thought of our first session of Wraith.
This was different.
Very different.
Really played really different.
Fun.
It plays very different. And I want to do during the week, I want to do a mock session for combat at some point to get together so we can get, get it to the point where we can just knock it out like we did with Marvel.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let me ask the chat. What did you guys think of Wraith? What did chat think of Wraith tonight? For those who played it, those who watched, those who don't know anything about Wraith, it was very interesting keyword. I'm glad you got to watch it and get a sense. And we're going to work your character into it. Don't worry. We're going to work you into it.
Gaius is a beast.
Gaius
Gaius is a beast.
Gaius is a beast. Holy shit. You've got that combat build going on. Yo, I love the characters. The world is so twisted. The boat is such a cool character. The Black Veil is a relic, is an artifact, a relic. It's one of those two. I can't remember which one. Whatever's on Nerdwire's sheet. Let me see what that is.
It's a relic.
It's a relic. I keep forgetting
very
that.
Expensive relic. It is the max it can be. Relic.
It is the backgrounds are more story items anyway. All right, so here we go. Been talking with my little sis most of the night, but I caught what I could. Hey, man, you got stuff going on. You do what you got to do, brother. Mm-hmm. You got much love here. You know, we love you guys. All right. So what we liked, what we didn't like, favorite role play, and favorite kind of scenage. We're gonna start with Nerdwire tonight.
Okay, so what I liked, I really liked how cerebral this game was. Even in combat, there's a level of cerebralness that makes that adds some different stakes. Like when I'm playing werewolf, I'm almost forced to combat. I'm almost forced to have to fight. But in this scene, there was this cool experience where I'm holding onto this wheel and that is all I can do, and I'm depending on my people around me to protect me. And the thing is, my character's not necessarily, he's got 4 strength, he's got stone hand punch, he could do some damage, but I'm latched to this wheel and I can't let go. I thought it's cool because there's all this stuff that's going on around me, and I'm able to kind of just role play within the moment of it. Whereas when we're doing combat in Werewolf, it is I say I want to do an action, I describe what that action looks like, I roll, and then that's it. But there's role play still going on during this combat, which was super cool. What I didn't like, I hate this question. Because there's oftentimes, it is very difficult to criticize within the moment, right? I have to kind of decompress a little bit to really think about something I didn't like. And more of that is more of a self-reflection for me, that I didn't like that I came in as underprepared as I felt I was, but you guided me through, and that kind of goes back to you guided me through actually doing play, and I started really kind of getting it and understanding it and really getting into the groove of it. So that's just my knee jerk, what I didn't like, and that's more of a self-reflection. I see that in the chat. I don't like John. And that's really kind of the goal too. In Werewolf, I've played a very likable character.
Really?
I feel like Elwyn has been very likable, and I might be wrong on that, but I feel like a lot of people really like Elwyn.
I feel like Elwyn has been very divisive. I'll put it that way.
He makes choices.
I'm just being messing with you.
You really like him or you really don't.
Yep. But this character, I intentionally played him as someone that's not liked, and I didn't want people to pity him also with his failures in life and love and everything. So I didn't want people to pity him. No. Because if you pity him, it's also kind of go against everything he's kind of standing for. I want people to dislike him, but somehow shine through that.
Everyone dislikes the incel.
Yep. Well, that's also fair and true. But as far as my favorite RP tonight, dude, it was so cool. Getting to interact with I'm pointing the wrong way. Getting to interact with a person who is 2 persons. That was so cool. And then I felt like one of my favorite moments in this, it didn't even come from the doctors. It came from Gaius, who is on this ship and says, "Fuck this," and just starts slicing the ropes. And I was like, it was so good. There's a lot to like there. That's my spiel.
Team Wildwood. Oh, I'm sorry, Nerd and Art. What we need is I need a way to automatically I need a way to switch it so it doesn't say Team Wildwood.
Good. I'm still Team Wildwood. He's Wildwood. I'm part of the team. It's all good. Yeah. So, I had a great time. I also came in feeling very underprepared. So I definitely felt a lot of hesitation on my part. I think it'll get easier the more that I kind of ease into the game. Same. I had a couple moments where I was like, should I interject as Sakra's shadow, or is this a really bad time right now? I don't know. Is the fact that it's a bad time a good time to be her shadow? I don't know.
Says the shadow. Do it.
So that's just something that I'm gonna have to get more comfortable with personally. The scenery tonight was awesome. The ship is a really intriguing character in its own right, and I look forward to spending more time with her. Just excited to see what happens next. And Gaius was a beast tonight. Holy crap. That was really awesome.
All right, so it's Guys' turn. Sakura, it's your first turn with us. I always like to have you tell me what you liked. I like to hear what you didn't like, but if you don't have anything, that's fine. What your favorite scene was, and your favorite role play. And I'll give you some time to type it up, or if you've had time to type it up, I'll be ready for you, and I'll be shut up right about now.
Caius dumped 2,000 plus years of work in the Legion, doing what he liked and was good at in a single moment. He chose to protect people who were in the wrong because it felt right.
Absolutely. So we got a Team Wildwood back with us as well. He's going to give us his likes. And
I also love how John thinks of him as a superhero.
I like that too. A little bit of hero worship is good for the soul.
Mm-hmm.
T-Dubs, what did you think?
Yo. Oh, okay, I'm not muted. I had to check some stuff. It's very cool. I like the setting a lot. Even listening to you guys, I didn't get to roll any dice really myself before we came in, but the dice system is weirdly, it's like more confusing, but we're going backwards in systems, you know? Like we've been playing 5th edition, but now we're going backwards, and I can see where they like streamline things and whatnot, and I appreciate that. For the role playing and whatnot, very cool. I enjoyed all of that. It all really, really well, and I like Nerdwire getting into it on the Shadow, and even our character was supposed to have. The reason we took partner was because we were going to have a lot of stuff and a lot of interaction with Shadow, and that's kind of what we wanted. So that was pretty cool, and I wanted our character to evolve in a way of dealing with our own shadow. So that's really like leaning into that. Our shadow's like interjecting, even if our shadow is interjecting more than like the book says would be standard. I think that's cool, and we can lean into that. So I like that instead of it just being super quiet, because that was a worry going into this game, was shadows not doing anything, let alone, you know, just getting that once per session in. So I think that's really cool. I like that a lot. And of course we're doing some pirate stuff, so that's too badass. Can't go wrong there.
All right. So what I like...
I'm eager to do shadows myself. Book said 20% of the time for shadows. So I'd say we're doing fine.
Yeah, I think we did fine with Shadow. I enjoyed getting to play a Shadow. I'm going to miss it when I don't get to play a Shadow.
I think Keywork's going to be a little nicer to me.
You think Keywork's going to be nicer? He might be.
He has such a conscience.
He does have such a conscience. All right, so I really liked the Shadow. Shadow was fun. Everyone did a really good job role-playing tonight. I liked the inter-party role-play that went on between everybody. It was really good. I enjoyed the little scene but the little interlude where the doctors transformed. They had their little regeneration kind of moliate little scene that happened to transform them, and I really enjoyed describing that. Wraith is a bucket list. I've said this before, but it's the truth. Wraith is a bucket list game for me. I've always wanted to run it. Now that I have, I feel accomplished. I feel like I've done one of the harder things in the World of Darkness, is to run a Wraith game. And do it with the players don't hate you. At the end of it, it's even better. So I think we've done great, and then we can move on to Avatar now if we want. Just kidding.
I want to see the end of this.
I need to see what goes on here.
Oh yeah,
Hold on.
We definitely need to see what goes on here, and we're gonna play this through. I have six episodes all lined up, ready to go.
Episode 1 stay pretty on track. I feel like it went with. Went how you wanted, whatnot. Good.
Yeah, it did, and if it didn't, it's fine too. But it did. It actually did. Right. It went exactly. Well, no, almost not exactly. The one thing, it got a little rushed at one point when John made a rush for the wheel.
I thought that's what you wanted.
No, it's fine. But when you made the mad dash for the wheel, there was something. The Crimson Chains were going to show up before anyone made the mad dash. You just made the mad dash to the wheel right away once he shot himself.
Yeah, the Crimson Chain had a real speech that they wanted to get off.
I had a little monologue that I wanted to drop on everybody, but
No monologues for you.
no monologues for me. Exactly. That's what you get for wanting a monologue. The looks on some of your faces when he pulled the artifact pistol to his head and started his monologue, and then just bang, pulled the trigger at the end. I enjoyed that. As much fun as that can be, right? Terrible as that is. But he's a ghost, so I guess
Sorry, dead. It's getting dead again. It's fine.
He did dead again. You can dead again. You can go to Oblivion.
He harrowed. He didn't die. He harrowed.
He may have survived it. We don't know if he survived his destructive harrowing. He might come back another time.
I didn't know if that was the right call, though. I am going to be completely honest. Like, I was like, okay, I feel like this is where it would happen, and I feel like John would have done that, like, legitimately, because he felt like he was spoken to directly by the guy. He looked him dead in the eyes as he unalived right in front of him and said, it needs to go to a fool. And he's like, who's more foolish than me? So he makes the run for it.
It's me, foolish Mario.
I knew, like, me as a player and me as a character knew that if I did not run for that wheel, that Slick Jonah was going to. Is the way that I felt like it was going to happen.
Oh, you haven't seen the end of Slick Jonah. You haven't seen the end of Slick Jonah.
Oh no! Oh no!
I'm so happy. I love that guy.
Tried to bluff out the chain people, but not built for that.
And then on top of that, I thought if I didn't grab that wheel, because John Purple really wanted Gaius to come along. He is hero worshipping. He's like, this is a real life superhero I'm looking at right here. He was worried that Gaius wouldn't come along, and so if he grabbed the wheel of the ship and tried to pull it away, I didn't realize that it was moored, right? Like, I was just gonna pull it away. He thought, this is a good way to pretty much effectively kidnap this new friend he's trying to make, and so pull it away. Luckily, Gaius decided to stay. So,
not that there was much choice. Everyone was proscribed as a criminal.
That's also true.
That was awful. Everyone was about to get soul forged into a bully.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I heard Soul Forge, and then everyone sprung right to action.
So that was a blast, guys. I had a great time. We're gonna see this through the end. XP. Let's talk XP. We're doing XP differently. I'm gonna ask everyone a question. What did your character learn tonight? I'm going to start with Team Wildwood. What did your character learn tonight?
I would say our character learned, and I think this probably applies for both of us, just because it could seem to be a common theme through the night. But we have all this education that our character thought they kind of came into this new experience with, given our research that we had done previous to death. But kind of found ourselves wildly underprepared for the level of occult that we needed to have knowledge on.
So what your player learned or character learned?
Oh, good point. Wait, which one am I?
Either.
Which are we asking about? Either. Well, that would certainly, that would be, I guess that would be our character, but I don't know if using the same terminology would be true, but...
Always remember, when dealing with mystical things, it's always going to be occult.
Yep.
Right. Yeah.
But that's fine. You're scientists, not occultists.
Right.
You also don't need it. I believe in the occult, so I'm right there with you. I'll help you.
Academics, because you guys have it at the level you guys have it, is going to be important. I'm going to make it important.
Indeed.
I am 100% not smart, and so I need that. We are yins and yangs for each other.
Yeah. Well, that's definitely what my character learned today. At least my half of the character learned today is in the sense of, like, what's going on with the inner workings of the ship and all those other details. I'm not as prepared as I thought I was.
All right, so you're going to get a +1 XP for tonight. That means 4 XP for you. Nerdwire, what did your character learn?
As far as what my character learned, I think he developed a little bit of a spine tonight, in some ways. Actually kind of standing up to his inner monologue, which is something that he in life didn't do, and for the past year of being in the afterlife also really hasn't done. He was kind of forced into a point where it's like, okay, well, I've got to stand up to this. That's all this negativity to make these chains animate. And tell it he is a hero. He's going to be a hero. He's going to try his darndest. As far as what me as a player learned, a lot about the functions of this game. That is absolutely 100% true. I learned like immediately the way that you played the shadow for me, because I didn't know how I was going to play it. I didn't know if I'd just interject. I didn't know if I just jump in and start talking negatively to the person I'm shadowing for. But the way you played it for me taught me instantly, oh, okay, now I need to do this. And so I was able to kind of lean into that. So that is one thing me as a player learned. And I like that. I really like that.
I thought that your shadow would be a bully. Bullying a comic book nerd.
Yeah, it worked.
That's how I envisioned your shadow, was just as a big old bully, bullying the comic book nerd, telling him he's useless. I was actually even thinking of having it be a cheerleader.
Oh no.
That'd have been fun too.
That would have been fun, but I didn't think I had the range. I didn't think I had the range.
And then you would curse Keywork with having to continue it.
Exactly. So you get 4 XP. And Sakura, what did Gaius learn? Other than that, specters go down well with a Gladius.
I think Gaius learned that sometimes there are times where you have to put everything behind you and forge a new path. He's been in a rut, one he liked, but a rut nonetheless, for millennia.
That's a good lesson to learn. He got himself out of a millennial rut, going on a road trip. He's going with John Purple, which is going to be a real road trip in of itself. That's really good. You learned some really good stuff. Definitely 4 XP for you. All right, I'm going to take this party over to Demonic Man, who's playing some Mech Warrior 5. I never get to raid him, but I got to watch some Mech Warrior 5 today on Sakura's channel. I kind of got what's the word I'm looking for? Intrigued by it. So we got to watch some more. So I'm going to send this over there now, and here we go. Thank you, everybody. We'll be back on Monday with some more Vampire the Masquerade, and next Saturday we'll be back for Werewolf, and we have Avatar coming up. And just let you know, we also have the retroactive dice, which is now we're spreading beyond the World of Darkness and Avatar, and spreading beyond just me as a storyteller. Team Wildwood and Nerdwire players are going to be narrating Marvel Multiverse on Wednesdays and Fridays, it looks like. So we're gonna have a very busy schedule. It's gonna be really radalicious. Why don't someone hit me with a hashtag, not a hashtag, a exclamation Discord. So you guys can find out where our Discord is. You want to see what we do between the shadows, between games?
Done.
All right,
it's time to do it. Nerd to Dart hit you.
Nice. And then we have Rad. Make sure you hit me with a Rad. So you can join the retroactive Discord so you can hang out with us. All right, let's go see some Demonic Man. Oh, press the wrong button. There we go. Take care, Silent Brook. Take care, everybody.
Later, Roxy. Thanks for coming, Pit,
we will see you all soon. We are heading out here in 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go.